Hello guys, a very good morning to one and all present here. This is Amrit Kaur welcoming each one of you on the platform Bankers Adda 24/7 and regulatory bodies and SO 24/7. How are you all doing? Quickly just put a thumbs up to assure me that yes, you can see me and hear me well. Very good morning Lavanya, Sam Gupta and Princey. So my dear, I updated on the Telegram channel that the session will be live in another 10 minutes. Means when the moment I dropped in the message, from then it took me 10 minutes to join the session. Alright, so moving forward with this particular thing, that yes, do it now, because sometimes this later becomes never. So never ever be in the in the chance or in the search of tomorrow, later, maybe very sooner. So this later becomes never. So moving forward, that yes, you all have to make sure you guys are liking, sharing, subscribing and commenting on the video, which is very important. Apart from that, there's a slight change in the timetable. I'm sure you guys you must have seen the yesterday's part also. We have done a session, very important session, specifically on the YT schedule and updating you that which faculty, which teacher will be teaching what subject, what timings, and all the details were being conveyed to each student there, right? So when I talk about this particular thing, there is a slight change, and that change is that 8 a.m. daily this session will happen, and the session which was happening at 10 a.m. will not be happening at 10 a.m. will be happening at 11 a.m. from now onwards. Very good morning Ajay Kumar. Kindly just share the session. Amar Yadav, Ajay Kumar, Lakshmi, Rajnikant, all of you, right? So this session which was happening for IBPS RRB will be happening at 11 a.m. from today onwards. 1 p.m. is the vocabulary show, and the good news is that 4 p.m. we are bringing a very special session on IBPS CLERK. So we are starting this particular batch from today itself to make sure that you all will, be better in this particular thing. Have you all done a screenshot of it? So today we'll be covering all these things: quote of the word, revision words, some one word substitution, phrasal verbs, idioms and phrases, and special editorial vocabulary and analysis. So the first word here in front of all of you is abrogate. Very good morning Vaishnavi and Harish Zahur. How are you? Are you attending the session daily? Please tell me first of all. This is very important for me to understand. Are you guys even taking the session or not? So if in case you're not attending, please be aware session is happening daily, so kindly join the session. And if in case you're attending, that's really good, great. So bache, the first word here is abrogate. So what do you mean by the word abrogate? Abrogate here means when you repeal or do away with, means a law, a right or a formal agreement. So something which is a formal agreement and you just do away with it, that's called abrogate. The another word here is slump. Now what do you mean by the word called slump? What picture comes to your mind when you see this word slump? Slump means when you fall suddenly. Now there's a sudden fall in some price of this, price of that. So when there is a sudden, achanak se, sudden fall by a large amount, that's called slump, right? Okay. To fall suddenly by a large amount. For example, the newspaper's circulation has slumped by 30%. When I say bumped, it means a higher jump. When I say slumped, it means a fall. So a fall, that too with a large amount. A fall with a large amount. So I will be saying it here, a sudden fall or to fall suddenly. Now we have a word called Osted, which is derived from the word called ost, right, which is derived from the word called. Yes, so Lakshmi Narayan in 4 p.m. session will be doing that from today only. And if we talk about this your 10 a.m. session, which is now shifted to 11, we have been doing many topic wise things over here, right? I hope things are very clear to each one of you. Any doubts, anyone? If still you want something which is very basic, so from basic to advanced, you can join me live today at 4 p.m. Otherwise, there's a paid batch also, my dear Lakshmi Narayan. Are you guys appearing for RRB? Lakshmi Narayan, Yuvraj, very good morning. Vaishnavi, Haris, whosoever is new, are you all appearing for the RRB? Let me know, please. So to force somebody out of a job or position, now when I am forcing somebody to just, you know, to move out of a job, to move out of a particular position, a particular situation, out of your power, especially in order to take his or her place. So when I personally want to take somebody's place at a job, or I'm showing my power to be at somebody's place, right? So that's called Sukalyan Nag. Okay, you're not appearing. So Sukalyan and Ajay Kumar, my dear, a special batch is starting in which things will be taught from basic itself. Other than that, the important news is that the 10 a.m. session, if in case you were attending in Bankers Adda 24/7, is now shifted to 11 a.m. Yes, Yuvraj. So in the beginning only I gave a schedule. Please replay the video and see, right? So Yuvraj, 4 p.m. session is added and 10 has been shifted to 11. Ma'am, I am 31st year. What's that? 31st. So to force somebody out of a job or position of power, especially in order to take his or her place, is called Osted. Now this word essence, this is in today's editorial only. This is very simple. So some basic or the most important quality of something is called the essence. So the essence of it means the basic quality of it. The important quality of something is called essence. When I called, again, this word itself is again in today's editorial. So that this word has been chosen from there only, which is called adjudication. When I say adjudication, this means what? Adjudication means this refers to the legal process of resolving a dispute or deciding a case. So when you are coming up with a result, when you're coming up with a conclusion, right? So when you're resolving something means you're coming up with a conclusion. What else you can say? So coming up with a conclusion, result, or when you're deciding something, that's called adjudication. I hope this is clear to everyone. Any doubts to anyone? Alright, so Alka Saini, please start preparing, because I'm sure, see guys, it's never like you have prepared so much. You have to be very, very consistent. You have to be very, very focused. That is something which matters. Right. Moving forward with the next word is conviction. And now this word is again asked in papers, regularly comes in paper many a times. Yes, Yuvraj, you're right. So Alka, right now my paid batch is going for specifically for Acha, okay, I'll just check one thing with all of you. My paid batch is specifically going for RRB. Right. Now, do I have any such students in my class at the moment, at the present? Just understand very carefully what I'm going to say now. You are really looking forward just to understand English. So if I bring, you really want me to bring a special batch on English, just on English, focusing from the basics to advance. Are you guys looking forward to it? So that will be focusing, of course, for all banking exams. For all banking exams. Focusing all bank exams. Are you really looking for a paid batch for English? Let me know in the comments. If yes, I'll plan accordingly and we'll get a batch from basics to advance. Okay. So the action of finding somebody guilty of crime in a court of law is called conviction. Now, when I'm finding somebody guilty of crime, where in the court of law, that is called conviction. Now, the next word here is substantive. When I say substantive, this means when I'm having a firm basis in reality. A firm basis in reality. Only Lakshmi said yes, otherwise I think no one, none of you wants. So it's okay, let's not start this particular process of the new batch. Okay. And so important, meaningful or considerable means, however, I can see there are many students right now, but only Lakshmi, Amar, they came up with the, see, Lakshmi, when I talk about from something from basic, guys, So it will be covering everything, your articles, your subject verb agreement, your tenses, your voice, right, your practice questions, how you will be solving RC, your clause test, your fillers, your match the columns, your phrasal replacements, your para jumbles, your sentence improvement. All these things will be a part in it. It is not just we'll be focusing on just 2-3 things that only, of course, part of speech. When I talk about noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, and so on. So all these things will be a part of it. Again, this comes under POS only. All right, let me know in the comments then, right? Now, if not here, maybe at the end of the session. So when I say enforceable, something substantive you all have done, having a firm basis in reality, and so important in real, when you're having a very firm basis and very important, meaningful or considerable. So Lakshmi, right now there is no planning for that. I just generally and randomly asked with you guys, are you really looking forward to it? There is no prize as such, there is no batch as such. I will be launching if in case you guys are interested. So let me know in the comment box at the end of the session, when the session is complete, right? Okay, so when I say enforceable, enforceable is something enforceable of a law. When I say of a law, of a rule, of obligation, means able to be imposed so that it must be compiled with. Something which is compiled with something, it is called enforceable. Any doubts to anyone till here? Okay. So shall we go on to the idioms and phrases, or you want me to revise the session? Quickly, let's revise from the very first word. So abrogate means to repel or to just do away with something, right? Then next word here is slump. Slump, when I say slump, this means to fall suddenly by a large amount. That's called slump here. When I say Osted, Osted means when you're forcing somebody to move out of a job or a position. That's called Osted, derived from the word ost. Essence is something which is very important, which is very essential, which is very basic for important quality of something. Next is adjudication. Adjudication refers to some legal process. So legal process of resolving a particular dispute or deciding a particular case is called adjudication. This word is there in today's paper. Conviction is somebody when you're finding somebody guilty of a crime in the court of law, that is called conviction. Very good morning, Atul Kumar. Substantive. So substantive here is having a very firm basis in reality and an important, something meaningful, something considerable, that is called Chavan Saroja. Hello, good morning. And then moving forward is enforceable. Enforceable means something which is, you're imposing something. You try to impose something. You're trying to just apply something. Imposing, you're just applying something. Applicable, right? All these words stand for the word enforceable. Now the first idiom for the word in front of you is what? That is twist someone's arm. Means you're just twisting the arm. Twisting the arms mean like this only, just twisting somebody's arm. So my dear Atul Kumar Mishra, you will just say good morning, but when you leave at the end of the session, you will say have a nice day. Right now, you will not say good morning, have a nice day, because you are now entering the session here. Right. So when you say twisting somebody's hand, means you're pressurizing someone into doing something that they are reluctant to do. जिसमें किसी की इच्छा ना हो, and you are forcing, you are pressurizing the person. So you are pressurizing the person, you are forcing the person to do particular thing in which they are reluctant to do, in which they are hesitant to do. That thing is called twisting someone's arm, matlab zabardasti. So I have twisted his arm and he'll get you some tickets. Means I have pressurized him, he will get you tickets. Clear to everyone? Any doubts to anyone? Any questions coming in your mind right now? So kindly make sure you are liking, sharing, subscribing the video. This is very, very important. The session here is live daily at 8 a.m. Moving forward, we'll be doing the in-depth analysis of the article very, very nicely. The next part is the phrasal verb. So the first phrasal verb of today's session is, guys, where are you from? The new students. Tukaram Yedage. Very good morning, bache. How are you? Lavanya. Grammar classes. Yes, the playlist is there, Lavanya. You can just go and check. The whole playlist is there. You just have to type Adda 24/7 English medium on the YouTube channel, or you can type Bankers Adda 24/7. This is the whole English medium course we are doing. There is no Hindi we are taking up here. I am fine. Thank you. So, Tukaram, where are you from and how did you get to know? Lavanya, how did you get to know? Ganesh Chavan, hello. So when I say, my dear, pass out means to become unconscious for a short time. Now when I become, or when someone becomes unconscious, means when you're not aware what exactly happened. You are unconscious. So when you are ill and badly hurt or drunk, when ill, badly hurt or drunk, I was hit on the head and passed out, means I was just unconscious for a while. Very good morning, Sarvesh. I was unconscious for a while. Right. So Yuvraj, please help them with the name of the channel so that they all can be aware. And guys, yes, the PDFs will also be available. So kindly just... All right, you're following the recording classes, Lavanya. That's really good. Yuvraj, quickly help them out, bache. So today, guys, we have discussed many things. That is, if we talk about... We covered some vocab words, we covered idioms and phrases, and then we covered phrasal verbs. Now, I'll be taking forward to you guys to the editorial part, which says... Right, so today's editorial part says, see, very clearly, the essence of time. That's what I said you, that is there in the passage also today. The essence of time on courts and the anti-defection law. What picture comes to your mind? Alka Saini, no. Practice is very important. Practice is very, very important. Right, from basics. So, editorial on and vocabulary. Guys, I must tell you, editorial and vocabulary is something by which only your vocabulary will be enhanced, only your reading skills will be enhanced. What about the other questions? Right, there are other set of questions, your clause tests, your fillers, error detection questions, your what else can you come up with? What else, please come up? Error detection question, your fillers, your clause tests, your phrasal verbs, your para jumbles, sentence arrangement, match the columns, right? When you have to swap the words, your connectors, how will you make sure you are very well versed with those words as well? So it is very, very, very important to be firm with the preparation here. So when I say the essence of time, okay, on courts and the anti-defection law. So judicial intervention here should strengthen anti-defection law, not undermine it. Right, any doubts to anyone till here? So this essence of time says, on the courts and the anti-defection law, judicial intervention should strengthen anti-defection law and not undermine it. This judicial intervention, now intervention is again when you are intervening, when you are entering something, that is called you are intervening that particular part. So essence, you all know, some basic, some important thing. The essence of time, the basic or the important thing of time is that on courts and the anti-defection law. Now, anybody is having a doubt here? Thank you so much, Lakshmi, for your kind words here. Please give it a while, understand, guys. Right? Talking about the anti-defection law. Now here the judicial intervention, that they have to intervene, they have to come in between, should strengthen, means this intervention, ye judicial intervention This should strengthen the anti-defection law and not undermine it. I have repeated it so many times. They should always make sure that they are strengthening this particular defection. Right. Any doubts to anyone? Clear to everyone? So I'll be giving you a while to make sure you are understanding it. Okay. Just read from here till here. Take good 20 seconds and read this. Once you are done, please tell me. I'll explain you each and every word. All right. So when we talk about this particular paragraph, this says time is of the essence when it comes to executing the political maneuvers. You will not say maneuvers, you will not say maneuvers, it's maneuver. It's called maneuver. So time is the essence when it comes to executing the political menu. I only, stammered while saying that. Maneuvers. It's called maneuvers. Okay. So what do you understand by this particular meaning? Means when you talk about some particular operations, that's called maneuver. Clear? Any doubts to anyone? So when you talk about some particular operation, some particular exercise, that's called maneuver. So time is the essence. You all know that, something which is very important, right? Which comes executing the political maneuver to reduce a government in a minority. Dissident legislators need time to gather the enough numbers to vote. Just keep on marking and I'll make sure each and every word is clear to you. To reduce a government to a minority, dissident legislators needs time to gather enough numbers to vote out the regime. Now you all know what regime is. We have been doing this word. Now somebody who is in power, that is the regime, right? Ruling parties need to close the window of opportunity soon, often using the threat of disqualification for defection. Now, when I say this word called defection, what picture comes to your mind when you just hear this word called defection? What do you mean by this? Please tell me. When I talk to you about some decampation, that is called, for example, if I talk to you about some, again I told you the word D will always be a negative word. So somebody who is disloyal, right? Who is disloyal here. So when we talk about disloyalty, now disloyalty, some betraying somebody, means from when you are hitting somebody from the back, that's called betrayal. Now if it's betrayal, if it's disloyal, it will be rebellion also. See, these words will start coming to your mind, guys. It is not I have done a hardcore, I have learned them. No, but since I write rebellion, betrayal, disloyal, they all are of the same category only. So these are the synonyms here, right? Yes, you can say that, Robin Gusai. So it is in the backdrop that judicial intervention in matters relating to the disqualifying lawmakers for defection, that is for the disloyal, this takes place. So either buying the dissident's time or allowing disqualification proceedings to go on the unhindered by its what? Tell me please. Dissident, you all know here, yes or no? I marked here also. So to reduce a government to a minority dissident legislator, and here this is called, again this word here is dissident time, means somebody who is a protester here, right? Somebody who is a protester here is called objector. Somebody who's a objector, who's a protester is called dissident. Where shall I write? Protester or objector, one who's objecting. Okay, it's clear to everyone. So either by buying the dissident time or allowing the disqualification proceedings to go on unhindered by its order granting time until July 12 to dissident the Shiv Sena legislators in the Maharashtra Assembly to reply what? To the Deputy Speaker's notice under the anti-defection law. Right, very good morning, Sohit Rajput. So my dear, I think each and every word is getting clear at the back of your mind. Moving little forward. So by its order granting time until the July 12th to dissident Shiv Sena legislature in the Maharashtra Assembly to reply to the Deputy Speaker's notice under the anti-defection law, the Supreme Court has effectively made it possible for them to actualize their objectives without the threat of disqualification for now. So we have read it very clearly till here. We made sure we have understood it also. Robin Gusai, my dear, when you talk about some objector, some protester, thank you so much, Atul. Thank you. So shall we move forward from here? So you want a while to understand this? Please take a while to read the paragraph from here till here. Quickly, guys. Another 20 seconds. See, I am sure you are learning not just one word, but so many words are clear to each one of you here. Now, when I talk to you about the word called suspension, the action of suspending somebody. Suspending somebody is called suspension. Interim, you all know we have been doing this word from past many days. So interim means what? When, again, yesterday only we did, when you talk about some meanwhile something, meantime something, that's called interim, right? So when I talk to you about meanwhile, or meantime, right? it is doubtful whether the court should have done this in the face of specific bar on the judicial intervention. Now this is talking about this, that the court should have where were we? It is doubtful whether the court should have done this in the face of specific bar for the social intervention in the disqualification proceedings at any stage prior to the final adjudication under the 10th schedule. Now, do you all understand what is adjudication here, guys? We just read it in the paragraph today. Sorry, in the slide today when we were doing the word meanings today. Yes or no? Do you all remember this? So, when you are making a formal judgment, that is called adjudication. That is called adjudicate. When you are making some formal legal judgment, adjudicate, right? Yes, in 1992, the Quixoto Holohan versus the Zachiliou, a constitution bench, while upholding the validity of the anti-defection law, held that the speaker's decision was subject to some judicial review. Then, albeit on limited grounds, it also made it clear that this should take place after a final decision, and there can be no interim, no meantime order, except with this as the interim disqualification or the suspension means when you're suspending somebody. Right. Now, let's just figure out where we did that. So, herein we understood what is the essence of time, what is the quality and importance of time, and how on the courts of the anti-defection law, how on the courts and the anti-defection law. Okay, how the time is important in the courts and the anti-defection law. This is saying judicial intervention should strengthen the legal interventions. Judicial interventions means some legal intervention. They should be very strong. They should strengthen what? They should strengthen the anti-defection law and should not undermine it. They should make them very, very strong. The judicial intervention should make the anti-defection law very, very strong here, right? Means very firm here, and should not undermine it, means this should not erode it. It should not erode it. When it comes to undermine it, please understand, this should not erode it, rather this should strengthen the anti-defection law, means this should strengthen, should firm. राइट इसको उसको उखाड़ नहीं देना चाहिए, इरोड नहीं करना चाहिए, rather should do that, right? So when you talk about something which is, you're just wearing it away, you're just eroding it away, is called undermining. So herein, if we talk about this particular paragraph, we read everything about few things about the ruling parties, what they do, what they should do, what all opportunities are there, what exactly happening with the dissident Shiv Sena, the protester dissident Shiv Sena legislatures. Then we read about the 10th schedule here. Then we are just revising what all we did. So we are revising it in a very, very nicer manner here. Then we read about the opportunities. So apart from that, we read about so many things again. Now I will be bringing something here. I was wondering if I can get a note here. Okay. So guys, after reading all these things, I am pretty sure that you guys are aware of what we really tried and really wanted to do. Now, my dear, if I come, okay, please understand the small thing here, which I really want you to make it very clear. So guys, today if we talk about, we understood about the opportunities which were there, we understood about the ruling parties, Right. And within there, we read many vocab words within the slides, within the PPT. I'll make sure I am sharing the slides with you, this PPT with you, which is again of very, very important thing. Apart from that, guys, we read the editorial vocabs, which were again very, very important to understand. So we read here about the intervention, how it should be strong rather just undermining things, how it should be very firm and very strong. So these were few things which we really read. Editorial vocabulary, which was again very, very important. Now if we talk about the word vocabulary here, vocabulary is not just something which is important from one perspective. Rather, my dear, please understand the perspective of vocabulary. Vocabulary will make sure your clause test, your fillers, your RC based question, if you have some questions, you know, which are bold, highlighted and marked in the paper, this will help you to solve them. This will help you for your idioms and phrases, for your some phrasal verbs. Wherein you are not aware what to write, cut down, cut in, cut on, cut off, right? You are not aware of what filler to be filled up, break in, break off, break down, break on. You're not aware that, and at times it happens, you think, ma'am, sabhi to answers sahi lag rahe the, ya phir none of these, ya phir all of them. Generally you say that, yes or no? Is there any doubt here when I say this word here, guys? No, there is no doubt. Also, please be aware, apart from them, your match the columns. When you talk about match the columns, when you talk about your phrasal replacement, when you talk about some connectors, my dear, if the meaning is not clear, how will you make sure that English questions are getting clear? You should start using these words in your daily life. Your usage should be there. Start using them with examples. Start making the most out of these things in a order to make sure things are very clear at the back of your mind. Right. Now I must bring one thing to your notice, which is that, moving back to the slide, guys, again, this particular batch, this batch is on the store, and if you go and check, yes, you will get to have many good things to know about it. This batch is starting from 30th of June, a special of full whole and a full-fledged batch for RRB, wherein this is not the exact price. This is for 1800 rupees, valid for 6 months. Means for 1 month the course is just for 300 rupees, and again you are getting the full prelims and mains, just 300 a month, guys. The whole practice, everything is there. So, of course, you can put up your doubts with the teachers, you can put up your WhatsApp groups, Telegrams group, and of course, these groups will run for a longer period of time. When you have contact with teacher will not only help you just from one exam's point of view, teacher will be helping you from many examinations point of view, right? Apart from that, I must bring one again very important thing to your notice. Yes, there has been a slight change in the schedule, not this one, this one. So please be aware of this and make a screenshot that something which is new has been added is this 10 a.m. time has been shifted to 11 a.m. This is no more 10 a.m. So I'll be meeting you right after 2 hours now and not after 1 hour. First thing. Second thing, we are launching one new. So this is something new which we are launching. IBPS clerk, since the notification will be out very, very soon now. Notification is actually already there, but if you talk about the dates and all, that will be out very, very soon, right? So Atul Kumar Mishra, that will be there with the paid batches only, right? So if in case, guys, you have any problem, any questions, Ajay Kumar, Suklan, Chavan Saroja, and many other students are here, Yuvraj, Sam, Atul, Lakshmi, right? Do come up with all the questions you have at the back of your mind. We'll be solving each and everything. Apart from that, this timetable is clear. The other thing which is very important, and I think which you all should just have a look at the go. The ones, those who are seeking only the books, for them also something very important is there. Just type in ADA 24/7 Google, click on to the very first link the way I am doing. Herein, you can straight away type RRB books. And guys, when you type RRB books, you can see this is the RRB PO. What all you're getting here? You're getting 95 tests here together. Right, then here in 95 tests are here. Then again, this is for the clerk part. This is for the test pack prime time. Again, let me just click on here and let you know about it. See the details. Just see once what all you are getting. 95 total tests. Previous year papers, full length mocks with the video solutions and based on the latest pattern. That too, not at 600 rupees. When you apply in the course, the code, you will be getting the desired amount of discount, which is herein you will be typing Y536S, and the moment you apply it, see, this is just after applying. What do you see? For 12 months it is for 497. Again, my dear, 17% of discount. That too, if you count with 1 month, what will be the exact price? I'm really bad at maths, so let me just calculate it, right? Just 40 rupees per month, guys. This is just 40 rupees per month. If you divide this 497 with 12 months, just 40 rupees per month. All right, I hope this is clear to everyone. What exactly was it there? Okay guys, so let me know any doubts, questions, queries if are arising in your mind. Get back to me in the comment section. And yes, please let me know the ones, those who were, I was asking each one of you out there, if you are really interested for a special master batch. Right, if you are specially interested in one thing, let me just check with you guys here. So guys, please comment me in the comment section and let me know about it if you guys are really interested for some master batch. Now herein we'll be focusing on English only. From basic to advanced. And you know, whosoever is my old students, they all know ma'am will never ever teach a basic question. I will teach you the concept, types, examples, then a question, and then a middle level, then a high level question, right? So please be aware, and yes, please comment me in the comment section. You have to just comment me and let me know that yes, are you guys really willing to have one course like this, master batch for English? Let me know, right? Thank you so much, and I'll see each one of you sharp at 11 a.m. Thank you guys.